Chapter 14, the mindset of a winning trader. In this chapter, we're going to tie everything that we've learned so far on the technical aspect of a chart together with the psychological approach that you need in order to successfully pull profits out of the market. Because being very frank with you, the S2 trade at this point should seem pretty simple to you. It's a basic technical entry signal. There's nothing too fancy about it. However, the reason that 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days is because they lack the proper mindset required to actually trade profitably. A lot of those people in the 90% that lose money and quit after 90 days, a lot of those people understand sound technicals. And what they lack, I would say maybe even majority of the 90%, what they lack is the proper mindset. So in this chapter, I'm going to touch on how important it is to trust your intuition. I'm going to touch on habits that I think successful traders build, and I'm going to also point out habits that I've seen unsuccessful traders build, develop, and not be able to get rid of. And that's almost, again, more important than knowing the successful things. As you can see, my approach to learning and my approach to trading is almost counterintuitive in a way, because what I like to know more of is actually what not to do. By knowing what not to do, it leaves me open for opportunity to be creative with how to accomplish whatever's in front of me, whether personal goal, business goal, whatever it is. Having that opportunity to be creative and solve the problem my own way, because I know only what I cannot do and then the rest of the world is my oyster kind of thing, that's much more appealing to me. So let's get into these success habits. Let's get into these habits I don't want you to build. But first, let's talk about intuition. You really do need to believe in yourself more than anything else. That is so important, because if you do not have extreme belief within yourself that you're going to get up every day and execute proper S2 trades because you've studied, you've practiced, you've put in the work, and you deserve it, then you aren't going to be successful. You need to wake up every day with that level of confidence. You need to wake up every day telling yourself, knowing, not even telling yourself, knowing that you are the best trader that you could be, because you're going to trade according to your trading plan. Be confident in the pieces, the tools on your tool belt, the pieces to your puzzle. Be confident in your trading plan. Be confident in this S2 pattern. Be confident in your mental stability to approach the market every day because of the other things that you're doing to put that in place, to put that confidence in place. That confidence has to be built from somewhere, though, and it comes, honestly, from me at least, from self-motivation. When I hold myself accountable to things that other people really don't like doing, it motivates the shit out of me. So I focus on doing the things that other people don't like doing. Regardless of whether that's the right approach or not, it motivates me to go harder. That helps me to study harder, because when I'm studying, and just taking in these charts and nothing else, my intuition doesn't lead me wrong. Because my intuition is ingrained in the charts. I own the market. I breathe the market. I'm sleeping for just a few hours in between looking at the market. I'm literally spending more time awake with my eyes on a screen looking at charts than I am actually sleeping with my eyes closed. So when you're immersed in it that much, your intuition rarely leads you wrong. The other important piece about trusting your intuition is that you really do want to monitor the herd, monitor everybody, see what's going on in the communities of whatever business or endeavor you're trying to achieve, because you don't want to just react to the first or even the second or third thing that you see or hear or come across. Because it's important to see all the perspectives, all the different people's opinions, get every angle that you can, then react based on what you truly know to be fact, what you truly know to be certain. That's how I've found success in trading, and it's actually translated into helping me find success in my personal life. You really just want to be aware, watch, monitor, see everything going on, take it all in, store it in your database, but only react to the things that are actually facts, actually true, the things that can be back-tested and proven, just like the S2 pattern. So that's why when you study hard, when you put in time to gain experience, your intuition rarely leads you wrong. If you monitor everything and you're seeing everything that's going on, and the intuition is backed behind the fact of the S2 trades, backed behind the facts of the backtesting, very rarely could the intuition lead you wrong. There's a few habits that I think every successful trader has. The first one is that they all study. I don't know any trader that is actually pulling out consistent profits of the market that is not studying more time than they're actually trading live. Most profitable, successful, professional, however you want to call it, traders are actually studying more time than they're spending actually live trading. It's very important to realize that. They're spending more time analyzing the market, doing back testing, coming up with new ideas, just proving to themselves, validating to themselves what they see, than they're actually spending on live trading, and that's huge. So don't underestimate that. Once you actually start to trade, you want to be able to cut your losses quickly and take those losses gracefully, because you are going to lose. You're not perfect, neither am I, none of us will be, ever. So just accept it. Take the losses gracefully, cut your losses as fast as possible, because by doing so, you're going to be able to keep money in your account ready for you to hit the right S2. So if you accidentally enter early, close it, take the loss, cut it quickly, stop the bleeding, come back for the proper trade. Don't force yourself into a bad hand. Don't back in even worse to a bad hand, you know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to cut those losses, come back for another trade. If you stay in bad trades, you're going to run out of money. You're not going to be able to survive. Cut the losses quickly, say, oh crap, I screwed up, let's go, I got to get out of this and find an S2. Okay, close it, take the quick loss, and you come back and you can make that money back in a second, I promise. There are so many good S2 trades. Cut the losses quick and just come back tomorrow. It's one more day. And I know it sounds simple right now when we're not trading and we're not looking at a chart, but it really just is one more day. And I know it's hard. Like, I know when you take a loss, it's so hard to close the laptop and be like, all right, I'm going to take the loss and I'm not going to overtrade this. I'm not going to give the money back. I know that's so hard, but you have to master that. That's why it's on the first slide of success habits. You need to master that. If you can't just take the loss, just be like, oh, it's okay. Nothing wins all the time. No one wins 100% of the time. No trading pattern wins 100% of the time. If you just take that for what it is, take it gracefully, you're going to be able to come back tomorrow and crush it. It's also really important to stay healthy outside of trading. I think people are really starting to catch on to this. I see a lot of people talking about it more and more, and I think it applies to not just trading, but most business industries, if not all, that staying healthy outside of work, meaning working out, eating right, not filling your body up with a bunch of crap, whether it's fast food, drugs, or alcohol, those things are directly reflected in your trading. The days you lose money are the days you should be in the gym. Those are the days where you need to get your ass there because you lost. Motivate yourself, because most people wouldn't go to the gym on days where they lose money. You need to be the kind of person that does, because you know that the success habit is to stay healthy outside of trading. You know that in order to be a successful trader, you need to stay healthy outside of trading. Win or lose, the market doesn't know what you're doing. The market doesn't know if you won or lost. All the market knows is that it needs to show up tomorrow and present you S2 trades. You need to do a good job to not blow your account, not give all your money away, and be there ready for the proper S2 trades. You're not going to be there ready to trade these trades if you're not taking care of yourself. So all of this ties together. You cannot trade successfully if you do not take care of yourself outside of the trading desk, outside of the market, because it will be reflected into the trading. So being aware of that, don't eat fast food. Don't spend time with drugs and alcohol. There's no reason to cloud your mind with that if you're actually trying to achieve the ultimate levels of success that I'm trying to achieve, that the people in our group, in our VTF, every single morning are trying to achieve. There's no reason to do that crap. Stay healthy. Keep your mind right. Your body is a car. Whatever you put into it, it's going to give it back out. Meaning, if you put diesel in a gasoline tank, that car is not going to run. You put fast food into your tank, it's not going to run. But you put healthy food and exercise into the tank, and it's going to run like a Porsche. Every decision that you make in trading has to be binary. I know that may seem basic, but it's very important. A lot of times I see traders smudging decisions. Well, it's kind of doing this, it's kind of doing that. Well, maybe it did. There's none of that. There's just no room for that. It has to be yes or no. That's why I enjoy technicals, because they all are valued with some number. Is the liquid 50 in the buy zone? Well, I don't know. Well, what's the value? It's 50.0001. Well, that's above 50, so technically it's in the buy zone. Yes, it's in the buy zone. See, it's yes or no. Because there's numerical numbers behind everything that we're doing here with the S2, because there's facts behind everything that we're doing here with the S2, every decision you make within the S2 should be binary. Yes or no. Is it in the buy zone? Is it in the sell zone? Are we looking to buy it? Are we looking to sell it? Where are the EMAs? Are they selling? Are they buying? Can I sell this here? All of it is yes or no. Everything is yes or no. It's buying or selling. You want to enjoy the process, guys. I mentioned this in the last success point that I want to mention is that you really do want to enjoy the process. I mentioned this at the beginning of the course, and I just feel strongly about it, because if you don't enjoy the process, if you're not enjoying the journey, what does it even mean to make it? Air quotes around make it. Like, what does that even mean? You need to enjoy the journey, because the journey should never actually end. It should just get bigger and better and more valuable to other people, not just yourself. So stop focusing on, I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to get to this ultimate level of success. Like I got some number on it to buy a car. Just stop. Trading's there every single day. Just enjoy the process of it. Enjoy waking up and trading with a bunch of other entrepreneurs, a bunch of other hungry, motivated people that are getting up before the crack of dawn trying to make money, but while everybody else is still sleeping, trying to pay off their student loans, trying to dig themselves out of credit card debt, because they're actually hustlers. They're actually real people that are enjoying the process. They're enjoying that grind. So don't fight it, because if you fight it, it's just going to take longer and it might actually never happen. If you give into the process, if you find a process that you love, it'll actually stop feeling like a process, and you'll just be living life the way that you want to be living it. There are a few habits that I want to discuss briefly that are things you want to stray away from. These are unsuccessful habits that bad traders have. The first one, and I can't stand this, I hear it all the time, even in the VTF I hear it sometimes, it sucks. I don't want to hear about anything that impacted your loss, except for the fact that you clicked the button and now you have to take ownership for that trade. So to tell me that, oh, I didn't see this news event, it just came out. No, I don't care. Like, no one cares. Like, literally no one cares. You can say whatever you want. You might be right, you might be wrong. It could have been because of this and that. Could have been pigs started flying into the side of your house and scared you and you accidentally clicked sell, and that's why you entered a 10 standard sell. I don't know. I don't know. But I really don't care. And no one does. The market doesn't. I don't. Our group doesn't. No one cares. So don't blame anyone else for your losses. Like I said earlier, own the losses, explain to us, use the team for support. At least try to justify to yourself, well, why did I take this trade? Was it worth it? No, clearly not. So why did I do this? Okay, let's analyze that a little deeper. What got me interested in this? Okay, well, I want to avoid that in the future because X, Y, and Z. So don't blame any outside force. Just take ownership for it. That's all a part of the process. Another point I want to touch on is traders who trade without an actual written on paper, not in on a computer, not on a Google Doc, written on paper trading plan. That trading plan was a turning point for me. So once I did it and everyone saw my success with it, all the other traders in our group started to do it and all of them started to see success with it. So then I'm starting to think to myself, why is no one talking about this? Why is no one talking about how important it is to literally write down the trading plan, write down where your stop losses will be, write down where your take profits will be, write down why are you trading, write down how are you going to enter, what is your entry signal, what's your what's your take profit levels, why is it that level? All of these things, if you write them down, hang them above your trading desk. Good luck trying to overtrade again. Because the second you're about to click buy, you can see the papers out of the corner of your eye. And you know what you wrote on that paper. It's almost like an accountability contract. You know that if you take this trade and you lose and it breaks the plan, all your accountability just went out the window. Just like that. So sticking to the plan and actually having a plan is so important when trading. Another area that I see a lot of traders struggle in, especially when they just get started, is over leveraging. The way to avoid this is by focusing on your psychology, not the technicals. You can't prevent over leveraging by fixing your technical trading. You can prevent over leveraging by fixing your psychological approach. The only reason you're taking larger positions than you really should and therefore you're over leveraging, the only reason you're doing that is because something's off between your trading plan on paper and the psychology behind what you're actually doing. So you need to make sure that you align the actual trading plan, the actual strategy, to the psychology that you're looking to get out of trading. And you don't want them to be off. You want to be realistic. You don't want to set some crazy goal, end up over leveraging yourself and hurting yourself. That's what I see way too many people do. You need to be patient with the entire process, but more importantly, trying to hit home runs every day when you trade is foolish. I still get burned on it. All of the guys that even guys that I've known have been trading 5-10 years longer than me, still get burned because they try to hit home runs instead of hitting singles. It's much more important to not over leverage yourself and hit consistent singles than it is to try to over leverage and hit some massive home run and make your fortune in a day. It's just not going to happen that way. But it will happen if you can hit the single, maybe a double here or there, single, all following a documented and back-tested trading plan. That's how you can avoid falling into the trap of over leveraging yourself. And lastly, remember, no one is perfect all the time, and none of this is an exact science. We've been going through all these chart markups, going over all of these psychological nuances that go into day trading. Just remember that none of it is to the T. None of it has the perfect circle dotted on its I. So you really need to give it time because it's not something that you're just going to pick up. And even when you do start to understand it, you're not going to be perfect ever. So trying to hold yourself to such a high level of accountability is almost foolish. Be realistic. Understand that you're going to lose. Understand that that's a part of this process. And understand that because you now know what habits to avoid, you can prevent yourself from being. My last point is I really want you to focus on not being perfect, because at some point you're going to lose. At some point this is going to get very difficult for you. You might even question if it's for you. So holding yourself to such an extremely high level of accountability, saying that you're going to be perfect all the time, is unrealistic. Be more realistic. There's nothing wrong with that. Approach the market with sound technicals like you've learned here in the S2 course, but also understand those sound technicals are not an exact science. They're an art, and you need to practice and practice and practice and study and study and study to finally get good at the art. So in the next chapter coming up next, I'm going to give you 4 steps to follow after finishing this video course to get you started trading profitably with the S2 pattern today. So let's move through chapter 15, and then we will begin trading the S2 pattern together.